Namaste! Welcome to this new meditation series, which is going to be 33 weeks every Sunday morning with me, Sally C. What? My last name is changing. C is going to be my last name, and I'll make a new video about that one day. But for now, it's going to be sitting and sipping on Sundays in sacred silence with Sally C. So get your tea, or perhaps you already have some tea. I'm drinking mud water, which is mushroom tea. Got my lucky spoon, my Kellogg's Tony Tiger, circa 1979, which means it would have been my sister's. 82, there you go. I've had it since I was 2. So I just started with this lovely new yoga teacher training tribe, the Ajna chakra, the third eye chakra, and both of the Amy's, Antoinette, Becky, and I just have energy that matches, that is magnetic toward each other. I'm in love with these women already. I think I just got blue on my nose from my nails. And we're going to be doing these meditations on Sunday together, just sitting in sacred silence. Sitting just means meditating usually. I'll be explaining during these videos how to meditate, and it's a lot easier than you think. If you think you suck at meditating, try again, because you probably are just a human, and it's not about turning off your mind, it's about becoming an observer of your mind without getting hooked into the mind. I've been spending so much time in the dark recesses of my mind in the last, I guess, 6 months or so. And I'm ready to shake out of that. So I've been doing a shaking, meditating dance every morning. I'm also going to be posting those videos, so feel free to shake along with me in the mornings if you would like. But anyway, let's get down to business. Sitting and sipping. Today I wanted to talk just a little bit, maybe for 2 minutes, about one of the yamas. There are 10 Yamas and Niyamas in yoga. And when I say yoga, I mean the spiritual science of, and not the gymnastics of. The movement in the body that people think of as yoga is a part of yoga. That's the physical expression of one little piece of yoga. So let's get into a little deeper sense of yoga by exploring the Yamas and Niyamas. Today I wanted to talk about Asteya, which is the third yama, and it means non-stealing. And in general, when people hear non-stealing, they're like, oh, I got this. I don't steal. I haven't shoplifted since I was a teenager, or never. Of course I didn't do that. But it's more than just stealing from people. If you don't take things from people, that's amazing. That's great. And that is one expression of Asteya. But Asteya goes so much deeper than that. It's also about being in conversation with someone and not stealing the entire conversation, or just like giving space, allowing for them to share and for you to share. But I think more than that, Asteya can be about robbing ourselves of the present moment. I was in the shower last night, and like I've just been doing for the last 6 months, I'm in the shower, it feels great, the hot water feels so good on my tired muscles, and then all of a sudden I'm in my head, like not even in the shower, I'm just like here solving some riddle, you know? But luckily I was able to come out of it through my senses, through my sensory organs, this time of touch, because it was very cold and the water was so warm. And I just started to really appreciate and be an observer to the fact that that hot water on my skin just feels so good. Showering is something that I feel like we take for granted. If you've ever been out of the country and had an experience in a shower, even in Europe, you might have come back home and been like, oh my gosh, I love our showers here. I've never been to a third world country, but I have been to many first world European countries, and showering there is different. So just next time you take a shower, try to just be there. Try not to steal that moment from yourself. So practice asteya, non-stealing, by just being in the water and feeling the sensations. And if you've ever observed a kitten or a puppy or a child, try to have that sense of wonderment and beginner's mind toward the shower, toward like, oh my gosh, this experience is cool. Water is coming out of this lovely fixture from the wall. Why is there water in the wall? Who put these pipes here for me? Who had the ingenious idea to pipe water from the ground? And how did it warm up? You don't have to get all into your head about it, but just feel it. Let it be a sensory experience. And in a moment, let's take a few more sips of our tea or coffee or mud water. In a moment, that's the meditation we're going to do. It's a sensory meditation. I do want to share one quote from my father that I just received this week. You know, the universe is always giving you messages, from signs on the street to, you know, reading the back of a truck, or sometimes your father will text you something and it might just, it might be really potent. My dad just casually asked how I was doing. And I said, I'm doing great, you know, we're doing really well. But I feel like I'm in limbo. I'm just kind of waiting. You know, I've been in school for over 6 years now. First finishing undergrad and now getting my master's in acupuncture, and I feel like I'm waiting. I feel like I'm waiting for my life to start. I feel like I'm waiting to not be so poor. I'm not poor. When I get that mindset, I have to remind myself that's not fair. But my father said, Sally, that's not limbo, it's life. Don't wait, live. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's asteya. I've been stealing life from myself in the waiting game. I've been playing this waiting game. A lot of us during the pandemic too have been like, just waiting, like what's next? What's gonna happen? How are we supposed to, when is it gonna, you know? So that's practicing asteya, is not waiting. Don't wait. Don't wait for things to return. I also saw this great post on Instagram, this was months ago, but it said, if you want things to return to normal, then just go back to normal. Just do it. Just do it. This is how things are, and in accepting how things are, we can truly live. We can't keep wishing for things to be a different way, or for time to pass, or for us to be in a different situation. This is the situation that we are in, and asteya is not robbing ourselves of the experience of life in this very moment. All right, I talked for almost 9 minutes. I didn't mean to. So, there is a type of meditation. Meditation truly is just when you get into the witness state, the observer state, and the Ajna Chakra tribe and I were talking a lot about this last Sunday when we met in person, that being in the observer state, being a witness to your own experience, that's the space you go in to meditate. And in that way, if you're not able to stop your mind from making grocery lists or thinking about what you dreamed or what you said or what you're about to do, it's okay. Like, you can notice that all that's happening. Notice your brilliant mind and how it just never stops the chatter. But then realize that that's not you. That's not who you are. Get into that witness state. Feel your physical body. Notice the quality of your thoughts. And the one who's noticing that is the witness state. so we won't get super deep into that. But let's move into our Tantra meditation. So Tantra, Yantra, and Mantra are all just ways to meditate. Tantra in pop culture has gained a lot of popularity as a sexual, almost ritual, and I think that it can be, but that's not what Tantra is by itself. A mantra is when you're chanting, and that is the focus of your meditation. A yantra is when you have a visual representation. It's like a beautiful, like sacred geometry sort of coloring book style image that you stare at, and that's the focus of your meditation. Well, with Tantra, you use your sensory organs as the focus of your meditation. I suggest that you not use your eyes because we use our eyes so much. So the sense of sight, let's just give that a little break. Allow your eyes to be closed or soft. And by soft, I just mean you don't have to look at anything or be vigilant, or you can just close them. I love to close my eyes. And just begin to breathe fully into your belly. And see if you can access that observer state. And if you don't get it right away, that's okay. If you've ever been in a conversation with someone and you find yourself suddenly not paying attention to what's being said, but instead you're noticing their facial features, you're feeling how wonderful you feel in that moment, or how poorly you feel in that moment, that's it. That's the witness state. You can get there. Everyone can get there. All right, so we're closing our eyes, we're breathing fully. There are 5 senses. You can choose any one of the senses that you'd like for this meditation. We'll just do this for a couple of minutes together in silence, and I'll finish talking in probably 30 seconds. I'm going to choose the sense of touch. I have this silk tapestry on my wall of the ocean, and I'm going to use the sense of touch as my focus for 2 minutes, just feeling the texture and the temperature. My entire focus is there, so that I notice that I'm having thoughts, feelings. I notice my cat hissing. I notice these things, but I'm not getting interested in those stories. I'm just staying really interested in the sensation in my hand, my arm. You can also choose touch, or you can use sound, taste, smell. So let's begin for 2 minutes. Wherever you are in your meditation, bring your breathing to a normal pace. Bring your attention to the breath in your belly. Allow yourself to have an audible exhalation. And let your eyes softly come back into the space around you. Namaste. See you next Sunday.